Great day. This ninth day of October 2023. About to put on some light tunes. Yo,
When I first spoke with
we're on day ninth, or ninth video for the ninth proverb on this ninth day of this 10th month. I chose this month, because it has 31 days, so I'll get to read one per month. Already listened to it a few times. What else I had in mind? Oh yeah, we're on like day, I don't know, 1, 7, 8, 7, 15, 16. Day 17 of doing some outdoor grounding / meditation for 15 to 30 minutes at a time. So it varies between no less than maybe 15, 17 to 20 plus minutes at a time. Been dreaming a lot more. Have to start taking track of them though. Started using this honey before I go to sleep, so I put some honey in my eyes. This special kind of honey comes from a stingless bee from Ecuador and also in Mexico. Some wild holistic stuff. It's good for your eyes, but it's also good for dreaming. So I've been trying to see what's up. You get what I'm saying? Since oftentimes I become a little conscious in my dreams, and I'll either wake myself up or make myself do things in the dream to, I guess, tackle, overcome whatever is maybe challenging me in my dream, whether it is, physical, sexual, purpose-wise, maybe some love, speaking up or acting out. Been trying to meditate in my dream. I did that only maybe once or twice. So that's another thing. But yo, check it. Look, we're talking about some metaphysical stuff. And today is the way of wisdom. Proverbs 9 by King Solomon, i.e. the soul of man. I like the the way that Reverend Ike speaks of the Bible. It's just like the Bible is a manual, is the manual for the human body, for the human life. So too many people take it too literal as a book of, it's also a book of lineage, but it's also a book of metaphysics. It's not a book to be idolized. It's a book to be read and understood for the great power that it brings. You get what I'm saying? It was inspired by that godly aspect, godly essence of man, just like other great works have been inspired by that version of man that is inspired by something divine. Like everything else in life, the way trees grow, the way a butterfly grows out of a caterpillar, divine order. So that's why books like this cannot be replicated. They can be altered to an extent. This book is an alteration of the Egyptian book of the dead, or the Dead Sea Scrolls, or I forget what's the other name that they have for it. But check it. Proverbs 9, King Solomon, the soul of man. The soul of man is the wisest to ever live. You're born with a body. We must cultivate the soul. And the soul is cultivated through wisdom, through right actions, through right feelings, through right intentions, through just right living. A rich, righteous, prosperous, abundant way of living. Many people are soulless. They don't walk with Christ. They don't have that consciousness and awareness that allows them to be considerate of others, compassionate and truthful and honest and upfront. So therefore it suffers the price of that ignorance, behaving in a soulless fashion. The way of wisdom, Proverbs 9. Wisdom has built her house. She has hewn out her 7 pillars. She has slaughtered her meat. She has mixed her wine. She has also furnished her table. She has sent out her maidens. She cries out from the highest places of the city. Whoever is simple, let him turn in here. As for him who lacks understanding, she says to him, Come, eat of my bread and drink of the wine I have mixed. Forsake foolishness and live, and go in the way of understanding. He who corrects a scoffer, a pessimistic doubter, gets shame for himself, and he who rebukes a wicked man only harms himself. Do not correct the doubter, lest he hate you. Rebuke a wise man, and he will love you. Give instruction to a wise man, and he will still be wiser. Teach a just man, and he will increase in learning. The mindfulness of the Most High God is the beginning of wisdom, and the knowledge of the Holy One is understanding. For by me your days will be multiplied, and years of life will be added to you. If you are wise for yourself, and if you scoff, if you doubt, you will bear it alone. The way of folly. A foolish woman is clamorous. She is simple and knows nothing. For she sits at the door of her house, on the highest places of the city, to call to those who pass by, who go straight on their way. Whoever is simple, let him turn in here. And as for him who lacks understanding, she says to him, Stolen water is sweet, and bread eaten in secret is pleasant. But he does not know that the dead are there, that her guests are in the depths of hell. Wisdom has built her house. Go backward, right? She has hewn out her 7 pillars. That number, 7, it is so profound. It's repeated so many times in the Bible. I'm not one of those that knows all of, how many times certain numbers are repeated in the Bible. But 7 days of creation, 7 pillars, 7 churches, 7 temples. In Hinduism or Buddhism, whichever it is, in Eastern philosophy, you have 7 chakras, 7 spiritual centers that must be cleansed. 7 vices, 7 virtues, 7 steps to greatness. And we keep going. 7 chakras in Dragon Ball, one of my favorite cartoons growing up. You collect all seven orbs, all 7 magical orbs. You combine them and you can summon a dragon. A serpent dragon who was Eve tempted in the Garden of Eden by a serpent. That serpent is the Kundalini energy that sleeps at the base of the spine of every individual. Most will go a whole life never awakening this energy within themselves. You get what I'm saying? Awakening that Kundalini. Why? Because most will go a whole life without ever consciously cleansing those 7 temples, those 7 pillars, those 7 churches, those 7 spiritual centers. And also in physiology, those 7 major hormone releasing endocrine glands within the body. The hippocampus, the pineal and pituitary gland, the thyroid gland, the pancreas, the adrenal glands, and the sexual organs. For the women, the ovaries; for men, the testes. These are 7 centers within each individual that are physiological as those endocrine hormone releasing glands, but also spiritual as the chakra. So spinning balls of energies within ourselves that are often polluted through vices. The 7 vices: arrogance, or i.e. foolish pride; wrath; dishonesty and intemperance; inability to control our what goes into our mouth and what comes out of our mouth; our lack of focus. You get what I'm saying? Where instead of loving, we're envious and hateful and unappreciative. Our stomach, our solar plexus, solar, right? Just like the sun, the solar plexus is also the yellow chakra, and that controls our level of grind and our level of purposefulness, whether we're moving with a purpose or not, whether we're being selfish or selfless, greedy or giving and charitable. And our sacral, we go lower, our sacral chakra, right? The reproductive glands, which is controlled through chasteful living, disciplined living, non-wastefulness, being being self-masterful and being able to make ourselves do what is necessary rather than what we feel like and want. And lastly, our root, i.e. sloth, right? Sloth must be purified through diligence, through a perseverant lifestyle, making our body continue to push despite its desire to stop. Lust must be governed through discipline, greed through charitableness, hate through love, lies and deceptions through truth, wrath through vision, and arrogance through an attitude of gratitude that humbles you but also allows you to acknowledge those things that you know, and that allow you to feel a sense of pride in yourself without falling into arrogance, because humility keeps you in check with the understanding that you do not know everything, and therefore you must always seek wisdom and knowledge and understanding and prudence and courage and peace of mind from your Father in heaven, up here, not in some imaginary sky. Your Father in heaven, that light that operates in the darkness of the mother universe, because everything came out of darkness and then it was light. You get what I'm saying? So out of darkness came light. We are born out of a woman, out of a womb, out of the darkness of a womb, man, and that then we come into light, right? We arrive in nature, mother, and we are guided by Father Time and the experiences that we gain in life. Wisdom has built her house. All right? Whoever is simple, let him turn in here. Seek wisdom, and in all things give thanks. Don't try to correct a doubter. That's what a scoffer is. A scoffer is a doubter, a non-believer. You get what I'm saying? A pessimist. That's what a scoffer is. And those individuals, it's like talking to a wall. So you're gonna waste your breath. Correct a wise man and he will still be wiser. Correct an individual that is always seeking knowledge and understanding, and he will still be wiser. Teach a just man and he will increase in learning. Teach an individual that is, who believes in justice and lives a just life, and they will increase in learning. Oftentimes, a lot of us, we don't know certain things are wrong. I started killing animals at 10 years old. And not for fun, but for to eat. I would see my grandmother do it, and one day I just wanted to do it. To me, it was natural. I mean, to me, it was normal, but it wasn't something that was actually natural. And I didn't know that it was unnatural until 26. That's why by 27, I had already been over 6 months since I had touched meat. Because I learned that though this was normal, it was not natural. It was unnatural, and therefore I would be paying the price of eating dead flesh, just like eating cooked foods. Yeah, they're enjoyable, but the highest vibrating food, if we want to be healthy, is raw fruits and vegetables. I'm still on the cooked food. You get what I'm saying? I probably do 20 to 30% of my food, of my daily meals is cooked, but other 70 to 80% is raw, because I know that this body deserves and needs electric living nutrients that function as energy for the cells of this, this self, this big self that I am. In this book, I have replaced in every place that it reads fear with mindfulness, love, and respect. So more often than not, whenever I read this book, I will never say the fear of the Lord. I will say the mindfulness of the Most High God, or the mindfulness of God, or the respect of God, or the love of God. Because, I don't know, I fear not doing the right thing. I fear not doing the right thing, and I fear myself for what will happen if I don't do the right thing. You get what I'm saying? But I am respectful of God. I am respectful of my Father. I am loving of my Father. And I am trusting and appreciative and mindful of my Father. I do not fear my father. I love my father in heaven. I didn't have a physical father growing up, but I had my father in heaven, always guiding me. That silent voice of reason and logic and understanding. That was what has guided me to this age of 33. And thank the Most High, my addictions are minimal. My addictions are minimal. Yet there are some people out there that, man, they can't say the same. And I empathize for them because I've been there. Not with like hardcore stuff, but weed had me. I really felt weak, man. So seek always wisdom. The way of Foley. All right, stay away from clamorous, loudmouth, rebellious women that always are seeking the time, attention, energy, mental space, and material resources of other individuals, and especially men. You do not need a clamorous woman around you, a loudmouth woman that is always seeking attention. You will always see them seated by the highest places of the city, calling to all those who pass by, seeking conversations with multiplicity of men. If you ever date a woman that every time you turn her back, she's talking to other men, that's the primary red flags. You don't need any more. If you meet a woman and she's overly friendly with other men while you two are trying to get to know each other, that's a red flag. You don't need any more there. All right? Recreational use, if you like, but if you choose to commit to that, whatever suffering ensues out of there is not her fault. It is 100% yours for ignoring the red flags. So pay attention to the red flags of other individuals, male and female. Understand male nature just as much as female nature, because each has its nature. We are not the same, biologically, nor intellectually. Spiritually, we come from one source, but in this material manifestation, in this material realm, in this 3D realm, we do not think the same. We do not feel the same. We do not behave the same. We do not speak the same. Nor will either gender, male or female, behaving like the other or in an unruly manner that is unbecoming of the highest version of themselves that can be made possible in personality, in character, in physical appearance, in way of articulating themselves and relating with others. We will be judged, you know what I'm saying, by the fruit that we bear. If we don't dress to impress, we will be judged. If the words that come out of our mouth are senseless and ignorant and disrespectful to others or ourselves, we will be judged. Whatever shame we bring upon ourselves in this life is, more often than not, is something that we earn. We earn through our actions, whether it is shame or praise. Whether we get shame or praise in life, it is our actions that have brought that upon us. So be mindful. Be mindful of yourself. I'm done with this book. Be mindful of yourself. Be mindful of others. Work on your mindset, on that crown chakra. You get what I'm saying? Work on recognizing that there is some work to be done, but also in acknowledging that you are capable. Work on your vision. Remove all wrath and despair from your third eye. And fill that with visions, with dreams, with hopes. Hopes. That's where hope lives, right here, in your third eye, in your vision. Remove all lies told by others. Tell thy visions that do not resonate with what you want. Develop a standard for yourself. Right there, your throat chakra, your what is that? Your thyroid area. Don't block your throat, your thyroid. Don't destroy your thyroid nor your throat chakra with bad communication, with ill words. Be impeccable with your word, as the four agreements suggest, and as the first agreement of the four agreements suggests. Be impeccable with your word towards yourself and towards others. How you speak to yourself, towards others, about yourself, and about others has a great impact on your whole physiology, and it resonates and vibrates through all of life. So always speak highly of yourself, speak highly for yourself, for others, about others, towards others. Focus, balance, love over hate, admiration over envy, appreciation over ingratitude, bless rather than curse. Focus, narrow your focus, be single-minded. Burn hot, fam, grind, move with a purpose, for a purpose, on purpose. Grind, give everything that you have to give at every moment of time and in every point of space. Aim to always be as conscious and as aware as possible by being mindful of your breath. But give, be charitable, not greedy. Nature already gave you everything that you will ever need. The breath of life is within you. You have energy, you have youth. Even if you don't have youth, you still have time because you're still alive. So the best we can do is to use our time wisely. If you don't know what to do with your life right now, if you're lacking vision, work on your body, work on your fitness. If you're lacking faith, work on your fitness. If you're lacking good relationship with families and friends, work on your fitness. Work on your fitness, work on your faith, work on your future, on your visions. Work with all of these as best as you can. Be disciplined. Self-discipline is key. Self-discipline is self-love. Do your best to not be wasteful with your seed if you're a man. If you're a woman, preserve what nature has blessed you with. Your youth, your beauty, and your purity are everything. Preserve that. You have been born with value. Seek the absolute best man that you can find. One that is already on working to become better, not one that isn't shit and that you have to try to change to be something better. No. Seek a man that is already on the path to personal development. That will be open to positive criticism and feedback from you. Not somebody that doesn't want to hear your mouth. That isn't working on himself, doesn't care about working on himself, and is only going to bring you down. So be disciplined. Sexual energy is creative energy. That's pure imagination. So the more we conserve that, as men especially, the healthier we'll look. The more confident, the more intestinal fortitude we develop, and the more disciplined and the better directed we make ourselves and committed to the things that we have before us right here in our vision of what we want for our life in faith, fitness, family, friends, future, finances, and in the frequency that we want to resonate and project onto reality. Lust is one of the strongest urges of us men especially. Our testosterone is 10 times that of women. Our sexual drive, we have been designed by nature to spread our seed far and wide. Thankfully, We cannot spread our seed far and wide if we don't have a woman. They get to choose who gets laid, who gets children, who gets to continue on a lineage. Not us. Unless we force ourselves, and then that comes with its host of issues. Because that is unjust. That is unjust, and we shall be judged by our actions. So develop yourself into a quality individual. The number of able-bodied women to men is 10-1 also, or more. So work on yourself. If you're an able-bodied individual, even if you aren't, you can still accomplish things, man. But you don't have to settle. You don't have to concede to anyone if you are working on yourself. Be disciplined and do your best to not be slothful, to be diligent, to move with a purpose, to persevere through everything that you set your mind upon doing. Grind until it is done. That right there, that's the 7 pillars that keep up this temple of the soul of man. This temple of Solomon. This Solomon's temple. That's what the body of man is. The body of man is Solomon's temple. It is the temple of the soul of man. You are the richest king that has ever lived. The richest and wisest. The one that has had wives from many kingdoms. 400, over 700 wives, over 400 concubines. But we fall to lust. This male manifestation of the positive energy and nature of the masculine, this physical manifestation of the masculine energy and nature, falls prey to his own lustful sensation, to his feminine. So don't be passive. Don't bite the apple. You don't have to listen to Eve just because Eve wants the apple, just because Eve bit the apple and she hands it over to you, Adam, man, mortal man. That doesn't mean that you have to eat it. Crown yourself. Develop your soul, your mind, your willpower, your emotions, your consciousness, your willpower, and your emotions. Develop thyself. Know thyself. You are amazing. Nobody builds a road leading nowhere. No creator would ever make a defective device on purpose. No great creator, at least. No great, awesome, omnipotent, omnipresent, omniscient creator would ever create something that is stupid, useless, and purposeless. You are perfect to come and do the work that you have been born to do. Everything is within you. You don't have to chase the success. You simply have to manifest it from within yourself. You must embody what is already within you. Daily grind and give thanks for what is already yours. And give thanks for the process that it took for you to step into it. Alright? This has been your guy, Sosa, aka Super Conscious Thoughts, Super Conscious Living. Y'all have a